Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of the Bean Dip Podcast. I am super pumped, yo. A lot of good shit starting off the year, just for some updates with some shows coming up. I do have, which is going to be my first time ever, and I'm super excited. On the 16th this month, I will be performing at the world famous Comedy Store. That's right, the Comedy Store, dude. So I'm super pumped. Shout out to the homie Ali Malik, for hooking it up. I got that one on the 16th. And then I have a show at the House of Blues. I mentioned it last episode. The link for that show at the House of Blues on the 27th. It should be in the description for the last episode. I will add it to this one as well, but just to let you guys know, just to rehash. And then also the next day on the 28th, I'll be performing for what's called the Drunken Stoner Festival. It's a comedian produced festival, and it will be in Palmdale. So I'm super pumped for that. It's going to be a bunch of comedians. We're all going to be faded out of our asses. And I will put the link in that on the description below as well. And I hope you guys can bust a mission for the homies to see what's up and have a great time. And hey, if I have any listeners in Palmdale, see what's up, yo. We're going to be right around the corner on the 28th. So come out for a great show any one of those nights. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on stacking. So hell yeah, hopefully I can see you guys there. And dude, some crazy big huge news, dude. So okay, I will be having a show this year, and it might start by next month. The only reason I say might, because we just have one more step to go. So if you live around the city of Pico Rivera, definitely keep your eyes open, because I will be starting a IG page for the show. The show will be based in Pico Rivera at Brewjeria. That's Brewjeria. It's Brewjeria Brewery. It's going to be there, and there might be a cross promo with this record shop that's next door to it. They're in the same parking lot. So it's going to be big. I already got the okay from the record shop guy. He's mostly for him. When I do a show with him, it'll be like once or twice in the summer every year, because I guess he doesn't really have the spot to hold like an open mic or even to do like a monthly thing. So that's the point of me going to the brewery right next door, because I want to start an open mic, have it weekly every Monday. I think Monday, because that works with the brewery. I'll have it every Monday. We're going to discuss the times. I'm thinking 7:00. And then I need to talk with the dude if he's willing to do a monthly show as well. And I talked to the assistant manager today, and she seemed really stoked for it. Based on her reaction, I feel like the owner could possibly have the same reaction. And I'm just pumped, man. Like, dude, nothing happens if you don't even try, right? Because my goal since last year, probably like towards the later end of last year, was this year I'm going to start the show. I'm going to start my show. I need something where it's super close to me that I can constantly work on my comedy on stage. Because going to Hollywood, it's great. It's cool and all, but goddamn, dude, not only am I not around my people, it's far as fuck, right? 45 minutes just to do 5 minutes on stage. I know that's all about that's what we got to be doing, right? As comedians, I get it. I'm not against it. I will still do that. But I need something that's right next to me, that I have just easy access. And this is going to provide, it's going to provide that for me. And look, any comedian that is listening to this podcast, dude, I would love it if you guys could come through and support, you know what I mean? Because I do think just like anything, it's not going to start off huge, right? Because we're not even sure how it's going to be. But little by little, I think it's going to get bigger and bigger, because we're going to have three people, in a sense, three people, but three entities promoting these events, okay? It's going to be the record shop, it's going to be the brewery, and myself. So the plan is, hopefully the open mic gets an okay. That way we can bring up some comedians that live around the area, bring up some kind of fan base, if you will. You know what I mean? And so that can translate towards promoting towards the first show, which would be at the brewery. And depending on how well that goes, that can translate towards the record shop show. So it's all baby steps, right? You got to take every step. And I am just psyched out of my mind, dude. I feel like I'm on crack without the crack, dude. It's just pure adrenaline and imagination. And I'm fucking stoked. And yeah, like I said, as soon as I start getting everything going, the IG, all that stuff, a way to promote, you guys will be the first to know. So keep an eye out for that. And god damn, yeah, dude. And all this happened today. Well, not today, but yesterday it started, but then I talked to these dudes today. So possibly next week on Tuesday is where we get the real confirmation. And once that happens, we're on and running, everybody. So friends and family, you guys are going to be super close to it. You guys have no fucking excuse, okay? Come out, have a great time. You know what I mean? Don't be a lazy ass. You know what I mean? Like, being a lazy ass is cool. I get it. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? If you got nothing to do on a Monday, on a Sunday, fucking come through, bro. All you're going to do is, sit your ass in a chair and laugh. That doesn't take much effort. You know what I mean? Unless you're fake laughing. If you're fake laughing, that takes way more effort, right? Because you're trying to laugh. You're like, good. You kind of, your laughs, your fake laughs kind of sound like Kawhi Leonard, right? When he was trying to be Mr. Nice Guy. It's just awkward, bro. Look, just don't laugh. I know comedians and hosts always say, no, if you laugh, if you feel like laughing, laugh. Don't hold back. And it's like, you know what, dog? Sometimes things are funny, but it's just not funny enough for me to laugh out loud, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Look, dude, I'm a comedian. And I know some of my jokes, maybe they're not laugh out loud jokes, but you can recognize it as funny. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, good one, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting there, though. One of these days, those comments of saying that's funny or a good one will turn into pure laughter. So, yeah, man, I'm just fucking pumped and excited. So, this year is already off and running, man. Like, I took a cool break for the holiday from possibly like I don't want to say mid-December, maybe like from the 20th of December till the start of this year. So that's a good 2 weeks, something like that, week and a half. And it was nice. You know what I mean? You get to chill. You're not stressing about shows. You get to like spend time with family because look, I already know, dude, eventually once you start progressing more and more in comedy, your schedule's fucked, right? Like I see some of the dudes that are out there that are killing it and they're out there every day and they're flying everywhere. You know what I mean? You might be 2 nights in one city, but that last night after you perform, you got to go straight to the airport to the next city. So, now since I'm still beginning and trying to make my way, I don't mind taking a seat at the end of the year, right? I worked my ass off the whole year. And then, as you can tell, beginning of the month, I'm back at it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? This is it, right? I saw this, I think it was a Tiger Belly episode. And was it Tiger Belly? I don't remember, but it was an episode with, it was Bobby Lee doing an interview, and it might have been an old Rick Glassman interview, the Take Your Shoes Off podcast, and he might have had Bobby Lee. It was like one of the first ones, and he gave this story that, like, I guess he considers himself an opportunist, right? And some people in the comedy community might not like that. So say, for instance, Bobby Lee, when he first started, he's a year in, but being a year in, obviously you're nobody, but he's still going up to agents and other people saying, hey, do you want to be my agent? Shit like that. And obviously that's sometimes the cringiest kind of thing, because it's like, bro, you're nobody. You know what I mean? Like, so like recently there was a show and this guy who's never done comedy ever. It's his first show. And this fool prepared 45 minutes. Look, 40, that's all good and gravy, right? Preparing 45 minutes, but you have no idea if even a minute of that works. You know what I mean? Like, so the preparation for 45 minutes is not much preparation. You know what I mean? Because all you're doing is writing shit down, not knowing what actually works. The funny thing is, though, because me and this other comedian were tripping out on the guy, he actually, when he went on stage, didn't do half bad, right? It's not like a lot of people were laughing at his jokes. I think they were laughing more in the sense of his personality was coming out more than actually what he's talking about. So sometimes on stage, your personality alone can work, right? Just because, like, you're so natural on stage and you might be comfortable enough to just say something. But the thing that I always think about with comedy, and I'm pretty sure I've said it before on this podcast, is comedy to me is like poker, right? When you got a new poker player, sometimes he wins. You know what I mean? Because in a sense, he's actually not too sure about the game, right? He doesn't know about bluffing, like the whole psychological part of it, about betting, how betting can trigger some people to play a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, does he know all the hands? We don't know. He doesn't know. So sometimes on a whim, by accident, this guy might win because he's not paying attention to the signs. He's not paying attention to the way the game works. He's just going out there. And so sometimes, ironically, it works. But as he moves on, as he progresses, he's going to see that it's going to take much more than, I guess, whatever he's done. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of testing, if you will. Because even though it worked at this stage, there might be moments where, bro, you're just completely bombing. Because if I'm going to be honest, if your personality is all you lean on, it's not going to work 100% of the time. You know, like you need some jokes. You need some bit where it's going to get people to understand you. So, I don't know. I'm all I'm saying is, you know, don't get ahead of yourself. You know, just take things step by step, right? You know, like if you're a virgin, you know, no virgin just goes in and eats pussy like right off the bat, right? Like virgins, they're scared. They're scared to have sex. They're not sure how quick their boner is going to go up and down. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you're a virgin and you started off eating pussy, bro, kudos, bro. You learned a secret that none of us knew at that time, right? I don't think I started eating pussy till maybe like the second or third person I started having sex with. You know? So, yeah, man, you just got to go out there, you know, hump away until you start to realize, hey, I got to eat some ass too, you know? Hell yes, everybody. Damn, dude. So fucking excited. Could barely get this through this podcast of what I'm talking about, you know? And look, it's just been, it's been a great for the past, you know, even since last month, it's just been nonstop goodness. And, you know, it's even translating into sports. Okay, like I'm a big Green Bay Packers fan, and I had no hope for the Green Bay Packers, right? I had no hope for these foos. I was done with Aaron Rodgers. You know, for as long as I've been a Packers fan, I've always hated Packers defense because they've never had a great defense. They're always just kind of either mediocre or a good defense. They're never like a solid, scary defense, right? Like a Ravens defense or a Chicago Bulls or these teams that really like kind of gravitate towards the defensive system, you know? But I am surprised, dude. Packers are on fire right now, okay? They won 4 in a row. They started off the season, I believe, like 2-6. It was bad. It was going south quickly, you know? And I wasn't surprised because I was like, you know what? Fuck the team. They got rid of Devontae Adams, you know what I mean? The best receiver possibly in the league, who's now destroying his career with the Raiders. Sorry, Raider fans. You guys love Derek Carr way too much. It's now destroying Devontae Adams. And I was pissed at Aaron Rodgers from the year before because we could have beat the 49ers, right? And there was a moment where Aaron Rodgers had a clear 10 yards, I believe 10 to get to the goal line. Okay, and instead of taking the run, he threw an incomplete pass, and that was just it for me. And for me, I was like, you know what? We're not getting any higher than that. That is the best this Packers team will do because we were the number 1 seed at that time. And if you're not getting past the first round of the playoffs as the number 1 seed, I'm fucking sorry, bro. That is the peak of your team. Therefore, get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what this guy Jordan Love has to bring and just rebuild, you know? So that was my mindset in the beginning of the season. And now they're fucking at 500. They're 8-8. They're about to play the Detroit Lions Sunday night to see if they can clinch a playoff berth. And look, I'm not saying Packers are my favorite to go all the way. But, dude, the NFC is staggered right now. You know what I mean? Like, the Niners were the top team up until Garoppolo. I know they won the Raiders recently. But I'm sorry, dude. Losing Garoppolo is huge. I get it. The defense is probably the best in the league. And maybe you don't necessarily need an all-star quarterback. You just need, like, a management quarterback. They just manage the clock. But I think that's going to affect him in the playoffs. Big time. Another NFC team I think to look out for, always the Bucks because of Tom Brady, you know what I mean? And their defense is decent. But I don't really know who else is right there for the taking. So that's why I think it's possible for the Packers to actually make some noise. Now there's AFC teams that are completely better than them, right? Like, I don't know if I have the Bills going all the way anymore. I don't know how I feel about them right now, especially after the what's his name? Damar Hamlin. Dude, poor guy. I'm fucking sorry. Poor fucking guy, dude. Like, he collapsed in the middle of the field. I don't know if any of you guys seen this, but he got tackled straight forward, I believe. And as he got up, like, I think he got tackled in the chest and the helmet. And as he got up, he collapsed. He collapsed right back onto the floor. And it got to the point where homeboy, like, was just on the floor. They had paramedics coming out. They're trying to resuscitate him. They gave him CPR. They even did, like, that electrical shit on his chest so I think he died. I think he technically died. Maybe on the field or on the way to the hospital. But they brought him back and supposedly he's doing great now. So I don't know. Especially with all that going along around the Bills. I don't know if that's going to stagger them from the championship, right? I just don't know. But Packers, baby. I mean, damn, dude. I just would have never expected it, dude. Because I'm telling you, I'm a Packers fan, but I was the biggest hater this season. Because I was just like, fuck them. They ain't doing shit. Even if we make the playoffs, who gives a goddamn, right? So, but now, like I said, NFC, wide the fuck open. Rams, I don't even think they're making the playoffs. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna be there. I can't remember anybody else. I mean, Cowboys will be there. Philadelphia. So, I mean, Packers still got like a bunch of teams that they got to go up against. But to me, it's wide the fuck open. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers did. He probably gave the rest of his teammates ayahuasca. You know what I mean? And now they're all seeing the light. I have no idea, but I'm loving it right now. And look, honestly, even so, you guys know I'm a Lakers fan, dude. I am so surprised how tough the Lakers are. I am fucking surprised, dude. I was not expecting them to look the way they do. You know, like Russell Westbrook came back. Nobody liked him last year. He was just trash. You know what I mean? Like it was bad, bro. And then, you know, AD, he just got hurt this year again. And we got rid of our entire lineup. So I didn't even know if the Lakers were going to make the playoffs this year. They still might not, but there's a slim chance of hope, a slither of hope, a micro penis of hope that they can make it to the playoffs. And look, it's a different dynamic with the Lakers. Obviously, I would love a championship. But I don't have faith that they will be making it to the finals. There's just too many great teams. And I'm sorry, guys. Like, you have a brittle Anthony Davis who, I'm sorry, this guy's bones are made of glass or some shit. You know what I mean? He's just breaking down on the court right before our very eyes. LeBron is 38, but still killing it. And the rest of the team is just a bunch of like role players, right? I mean, you do have Russell Westbrook, but he's too much of like wild. He's too wild, right? You can't put a game plan. You can't make a game plan with Russell Westbrook. You just have to. That dude's just the Tasmanian devil. You know what I mean? You just nudge him and he goes, right? So I'm happy about it. I just heard that since Anthony Davis has been injured, out of the past 11 games, they are 6-5. So that, I mean, look, it's not the greatest, but when one of your best players are hurt out, that's really great. You know what I mean? That's really, really fucking great. So kudos to the Lakers. It's so funny because I'm constantly having to defend them to the security guard at Ha-Ha's. He's calling all the fucking Laker players gay because, especially Anthony Davis. Homeboy hates on Anthony Davis. And look, I get it. He's frustrating to watch, dude, because as great as he is, dude, he is just brittle, homie. Brittle, you know? And fuck, like I know most athlete players like play hurt, but god damn, dog, like learn how to land on your feet. Look, if you guys have never seen Anthony Davis, just watch some highlights of him. You will see that every time he comes down, it's like your heart stops because it looks like his legs are gonna fold in or just crumble beneath him, and he's gonna step on his ankle or something. It's a mess. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. Packers, Lakers. Look, I'm not mad at them. I don't have the highest hopes that they will be championships at the end of the season, but they're exceeding expectations. And if any of you are sports fans, I think you guys can attest to that. Some of you might hate on the Lakers, saying, no, they should be championship contenders. No, Anthony Davis is what? Bro. We shuffled the lineup crazy, dude. Like most of the dudes that we won the championship with during the bubble are not even on the team. Probably, if not most, all of them. I don't think I know or remember anybody that's still on the team that was on that team. So it's a whole different team, you know. And then, you know, last season, it's the team we had. Oh no, we had a really old team last season. Yeah, that was terrible, man. But these young guys, Austin Reeves. Shout out to Austin Reeves. He's taking over Caruso's job. If you guys are a Lakers fan, you know who Caruso is. We all loved him. I think everybody called him Baby Mamba. I don't remember, but he was a tough guy. I liked calling him Scrappy Doo. You know what I mean? Because he was gonna like get it. You know what I mean? He was gonna, like, if the ball was some fucking pussy, he was gonna get it. You know what I mean? Or I know I'm using these pussy references a lot, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm hungry. Hey. But yeah, dude. So far so good. You know, like maybe you guys could let me know what you think. You know, I don't know if you guys are sports fans or not, but I'm stoked about it all, baby. I'm fucking loving it. But damn, dude, my birthday is coming up. That's right, guys. I am going to be 33, dude. That's a silly way to say. I'm going to be 33. What the fuck is that, bro? Come on. What are you going to be, 6? Who the fuck says 33? But I'm going to be 33. And I don't at all feel 33. I think in my mind, I'm like 26, 27. But my body feels like 30 years old, right? Like there's some things I just won't do anymore. I can't. Maybe I could do them, but I just won't do them because it's just like no time. I don't even have the energy for that. You know what I mean? But the birthday, dude, it's coming up January 19th. I have a plan of what I want to do. Not completely for the whole night, but I want to go to the shooting range. I want to go to the LA Gun Club and shoot some fucking guns, man. You know? I want to point the fucking gun at a target that's shaped like a dude. I don't even know if it's like that. I've never been to a gun range. And just shoot the shit out of it, right? Bam, 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 bam. And then blow the smoke from the tip of the gun. I'm looking forward to it, dude. I've never shot a gun. Is that so bad? I have never shot a gun, dude. I'm sure people who aren't even into guns have shot a gun before. I have never shot a gun. And I want to bust that. You know, I mean, who knows, man? Like, everybody has an illegal gun, but do you know how to shoot it, bro? Do you know how to shoot it, dog? You know what I mean? Like, what if you're not going for a kill shot, but you accidentally kill a motherfucker? What if you just need to pop his knees? You know what I mean? Just cap those knees real quick. But then you accidentally shoot him in the nuts and he bleeds out to death. You know what I mean? You gotta train a little bit. But obviously, I'm not. Here's the thing. I think eventually I would like to own a gun, right? I would like to own my own gun. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's not like we're living in Texas and I'm just going to be having it in my fucking belt buckle. You know what I mean? Like, here's the one thing about that might be different from Texas to LA, right? So in Texas, I think everybody owns a gun. So it's like harder for fools to kind of like fight fools or whatever. But in LA, dude, we have so many gangsters. You know what I mean? We have so many other fools that are just wild that, bro, if you ever get robbed, you know what I mean? You don't want to be strapped. That will be the scariest thing in your fucking life, right? Unless you're prepared to pull that baby out and pop some fools. I'm sorry, dude. That's going to be the craziest fucking thing. For me, I think the gun is just so I look cool. That's it. It's like having a cigarette, right? In your mouth, just, what's up? But I'm just going to be having, I don't know. No, seriously, it's for the house, right? I think it'd be cool to have one for the pad. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's not going to be used all the time, but all the time, hardly ever. You know what I mean? But what if there's like a second awakening of Richard Ramirez? You know what I mean? A second was there first. What if there's an awakening of Richard Ramirez? You know what I mean? And he's like, you know, I already fucked with all those Asians in Monterey Park. I'm hitting up the fucking homies in East LA and Montebello and Pico Rivera. Right? You gotta be strapped, bro. You gotta have something. We don't go to sleep early. So it's like if I see a fool trying to open my window, here's my gun, and I just show it to homeboy, and he's like, oh, you know what, sir? I was actually just checking to see if your window's working, but I'll be leaving now. You know? Yeah, dog. I mean, it's 2023. These years, you know, it's 2023. Times are changing. We're all sucking dick. Well, it's time to get a gun too. You know, what's wrong with that? I'm sucking dick. I'm chopping off my own dick, but I want a gun. Why is that so bad? You know, if I can get my fucking ass blown out, then I can fucking shoot some rounds of bullets. Okay. Don't judge me for having a gun, right? If it makes it any better, I'll give my gun pronouns. You know? What would they be? Would it be him and he? What would the gun? I would want my gun to be, you know what? What if it's non-binary? I have a non-binary gun. Like my gun doesn't identify as him or her, it's them or they. That's more like obscure, where it kind of adds some mystery to the gun. Like, whoa, this is they. You kind of look at it, and you know you just can't tell the gender, but it's mysterious. You know, I have a non-binary gun. Would that be cool? A non-binary gun? And it only shoots cis males. Oh my God. I don't know too much about that pronoun stuff, bro. I know when I was in college and doing my journalism classes, the professors were having us, when we do the interviews, we had to ask the interviewee what their pronouns were, so that when it came to writing the story, you can respect when you respect them when you refer to them. You know, when, say, if it's like a guy and he says my pronouns him, he, you could be like, blah, 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 he did this or he said that. You know what I mean? But I never did it. Because, first of all, I never interviewed somebody that was transgender. So it wasn't like a misconception. You know what I mean? But like a guy, like if you're a guy and you're still non-binary, does that make sense? Like if you're a straight man, you know what I mean? And you go for the opposite gender only, you know what I mean? But your pronouns are they and them. I think you might be a little confused, bro. You know what I mean? I think you might be a little confused, bro. You know what I mean? Them they, you know what I mean? I think you got to keep it him, he. You know, it won't make sense. Like, there are some gay dudes who don't give a fuck about their pronouns. Like, they're like, bitch, you could call me whatever. Him, hey, he, she, them, they. Like, I'll still suck your dick. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter to me. But who knows? You know, I don't actually know how these dudes are, but I don't know, bro. Am I a him, he? I am a him, he, right? Him, he. That sounds like some kind of name. Him, he. Come here, him, he. What name? Who would that? It's like some German name. Send him to him, he. Him, he will put them in, I don't know, fucking experiment on their asses. I don't know. Yeah, dude. I never got stuck in that pronoun shit. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm down to respect anybody's request. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make no fight out of it. Like, if it's a guy that's a woman that wants to be a woman or starts to be identified as a woman, I'm going to call him her, she. I have no issue with that. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck cares, bro? That's your fucking life, you know? I'm just here to have a good time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And look, I think the only pronoun that sometimes I get like bothered about is the word bitch. I think this is a little bit revealing, but like, say for instance, it's like another dude he's like, hey, bitch. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, what? Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? But then what a straight guy would he ever do that? Hey, bitch. Let's kick it today, bitch. You know what I mean? I did know a fool. I did know a guy when we were working together at some spot. And he was a cook. I was a server. And I did not know this guy, okay? I didn't like... You eventually know people, but I did not know him, okay? So homeboy starts trying to play with me and starts saying bitch. Like, fuck you, bitch, and this and that. And I'm like, in my head, like, really trying to be like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why the fuck is this fool think he could call me this shit? You know what I mean? Like, oh, because you're a bitch. Fuck you. You know what I mean? You asshole. Talking to myself, by the way. Multiple people talking to my brain. No, but, you know what I mean? I was like, twisted about it. I was like, dude, what? I'm gonna swear I'm gonna fucking do something. You know what I mean? Because it was bugging me. And like, obviously, look, when you're working with people, I don't want to cause like awkwardness while we're working. Okay. Like, this is my job. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be in a place where there's tension, you know, because when there's tension, like in the workplace, it makes me feel like not working there. So like, I didn't want to like start beef, especially for something so little. So he was a fat guy with glasses. So I just started calling him Peter Griffin. You know what I mean? Like, it was my easiest fat joke to say, you know, without having to call him a fat bitch, even though I probably should have just called him a fat bitch, but you know, but later on, eventually me and homeboy ended up being cool. You know what I mean? He was always trying to share his Coke with me, and sometimes I did it. But yeah, for the most part, it was chill. But I don't know why the word bitch. That might just be like just a complex that was developed, you know, throughout the years, you know. Who the fuck knows? Who likes to be called bitch? Women don't even like to be called bitch. You know what I mean? I was having this conversation kind of with my homie yesterday because he has a bit that he says that basically if somebody called him a bitch, he wouldn't give a fuck. Like, he'd be like, so who the fuck? And me, I don't know if I could just sit there and brush it off. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, what the like, if you're my friend and I know you and you're like, fuck you, bitch, I'd be like, oh, fuck you. You know, it's not that bad, but I think what I'm saying, it just goes a long way when you know somebody. When you know somebody, there's more leeway, right? Like, you kind of know how the person is a joke. You know how they joke around, you know, and if you want to avoid the way they joke, you just avoid the person. But I don't know, bro. If like, I think once that fat dude, once I started knowing him more, it wasn't that bad for me anymore. When he'd be like, bitch, and this and that, like, it would still sting, but not enough for me to think about it, right? Like, oh, this fucking asshole. Oh my God. I don't even know what words actually trigger me, like towards, if like somebody were to call me them, pussy? I don't know if pussy would like... I don't know if pussy would offend me. I've never... Nobody's ever came out and just be like, fuck you, pussy, or you're a pussy. You know what I mean? Like, bitch seems more offensive to me. What else? Cocksucker? Nah, cocksucker is kind of funny. That might be the only one, bro. I don't fucking know. Bitch or silly goose? No. I don't know. Maybe you guys could put up some fucking curse words. Some fucking put, and I'll be like, yeah, that one hurts. Oh my God. If you guys want to go in the comments and just roast the shit out of me, let's see. it would be funny. I would even read the comments on the next episode. You know, I'll pick probably like, if there's enough, I'll pick like 5 of them or something. But that would be fun. I don't know, man. But you know, in life, you have to have like you have to be a tough spirit, dude. You know, like you have to be able to just roll shit off your shoulders, you know, because I can't imagine just living this life when almost anything can fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems too difficult, right? Because sometimes there's a lot of the same kind of person, or sometimes there's a lot of different people, right? So I think when it comes down to how people are, you kind of have to like, it's a weird thing to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? You kind of just have to be like, okay, yeah, this was being this way, you know, or it's just like, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? But unless somebody's intentionally trying to fight you, that's the only way, because I'm telling you, dude, you just can't be taking things personal left and right all the time, bro. You're just going to be miserable. You're going to be like my non-binary gun, just ready to blast off cis males. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta be able to just like take the punches, you know, because I think if you end up like sheltered, not really like having some kind of social life, or maybe even growing up with like friends, I think you end up becoming like you're just too sensitive for this life. You know what I mean? And I know everybody, you know, everybody deserves a good life. You know, everybody deserves happiness. You know what I mean? But I find it hard to believe, look, unless you're just this rich ass motherfucker where you can afford everything in life and whatever. But I think if you're one of the real people, you know what I mean, that are like, you know, kind of at the bottom of the barrel, trying to struggle to get out of a situation, like you know, living in poverty or living in a lower class situation, or, you know, you're just trying to get out of the ghetto basically, right? You have to be able to be a little tough, because there's going to be a lot of rejection. There's going to be a lot of anxiety because you don't really know what's going to happen, you know? So I don't know. You know what I mean? I think if you're going to take things personally all the time, just have an iron will. You need an iron will, a steel will at that, you know? You know, because who knows? I could be like, hey, today's a nice day. And the sensitive person would be like, well, why didn't you say I'm part of the nice day? Are you calling me bad? Like, what? No, motherfucker. I'm just like saying it's a nice day, dude. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? Or say, for instance, you call something, bro, like, stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? And then I got to be like, well, damn, I want to fight this guy, but he's chill. I don't want to ruin it, you know? So I don't know, man. I just don't think it's like good to be like overly sensitive about a lot of stuff. Some people are extremely sensitive about one topic because who knows, maybe they got dealt a bad card and some tragic stuff happened. So that's understandable. Like if you're intentionally trying to go after someone's like mishap, you know what I mean? That's fucked up. But if you're just being like an everyday person and you kind of say something a little like in your face, more or less, I mean, there's different routes you can take too, dude. It just it just depends. Everything depends, you know. But I think for the most part, be tough, right? Life is hard, so you need to be tough a little bit, you know, and just be prepared for some hard decisions to make. And look, life can be a fantasy too, baby. You know what I mean? Like, there's dudes that are getting kicked in the balls and, you know, crawling on all fours just to bust a nut, you know? So it's not all like just a cold reality. You can have your own fantasy, you know what I mean? Like I said, dudes are cutting their cocks off, you know what I mean? And looking like women. So anything is possible, dude. You know what I mean? Just if you put your mind to it, it will happen, right? But if you're just thinking about it, you got to take some steps. Come on. The reality is life is in your hands. You take the opportunity, right? Don't let anybody get in your way. I'm not saying fucking don't get your non-binary gun and start mowing people down. No, you just keep the gun in your pocket. It's there, but it's not necessary. Remember, you already got 2 guns connected to your shoulders, right? And you bust fools up if you have to. You know what I mean? Save the gun for an extremely important time. And you could probably compare that non-binary gun to your emotions. You know what I mean? Like, have your emotions, they're in your pocket, but you just want to be careful. You know what I mean? Like, just be careful. That's it. And yeah, man, like, let's see what happens, dude. It's funny. There's this quote on you could call it a quote. I just seen the Channel 5 movie on HBO Max. It's called This Place Rules. And look, you guys got to check it out. If you have HBO Max, check out This Place Rules. Super dope, kind of documentary. I think it's a documentary, I think. But I guess he goes to this, I don't know if it was like the rally when Biden won or if it was a Trump rally. But there's this older guy. I'm not gonna word it correctly, but Andrew, what's his name? Andrew Callahan, something like that. He's interviewing this older dude, and he asks him, I think, a question about whatever's happening, and the older guy's basically saying, like, no, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of everything, basically. And then Andrew Callahan says, well, what's the end? He's like, there is no end, but this is only the beginning. And I think that's just a perfect explanation, a very vague but on point perspective of life, right? It's always only the beginning. It never ends until you die, right? That's when it ends. But death is, I mean, even though it's like here and there and you never know, for the most part, whatever you're thinking about life that will eventually stop, it won't. It just never ends, but new things always come about, right? So I really liked it. And hey, look, like I said, if you guys get a chance, check it out, called This Place Rules. I enjoyed it. Hell yeah. And let me know what you guys think about it if you did see it. Oh, shit, dude. Hell yeah, man. Thank you guys for being here with me, dude. I'm so riled up with energy. I got my non-binary emotions, in my pocket. Not the gun. I don't have the gun yet, but I got non-binary emotions in my pocket. And thank you guys for, hearing them out, dude, because a lot, dude, it's a lot, bro. Like, it's a lot of, especially when myself, I've never been a part of anything like this, throwing my own show and doing all this stuff, and I'm just so stoked. And I'm glad I'm not like holding back, right? I'm happy that I'm not just being like, fuck it, I'll just wait till I'm better. Just do it now, bro, because you're trying to be better. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be better, so all this goes a long way. And, I'm just, I'm just going to say, dude, I'm happy, guys. I'm fucking happy. And hell yeah. But yeah, man, I think, this will be it for today, guys. But I do love it, you guys supporting me and, following the podcast. And look, like I said, I hope you guys could eventually come to one of my shows, especially for all the homies and family that live up in this area: Pico Rivera, Downey, Montebello, East LA, Whittier, all these fucking areas. Southgate, Bell Gardens, all these fucking dope ass areas. Look, if you guys have nothing to do, actually, if you have nothing to do and you want to just go out for a chill ass night, keep your eyes out open for my keep your guys damn, I'm this is a fucking tongue twister. I'm not even high. What the fuck? Keep your eyes open, okay? And it will be happening soon. So yeah, and just to recap, you guys, like I said, I got a show at the Comedy Store January 16th. I haven't got the details on it yet. Once I do, I'll post about it. I might have the link depending whatever they do. I'll have more info next week. And then the 27th at the House of Blues. Gonna be great. 8 o'clock in Anaheim. It's gonna be a fun fucking night, dude, because I've never performed there and it's a big spot. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are there. I'll be putting that in the description as well. And also in Palmdale, the Drunken Stoner Festival. I will be there and I hope you guys will too. I will also put that link in the description. So like I said, thank you guys for listening. Love you all. Hope to see you at the shows, and hopefully I can see you guys at my new shows that will be up and popping, So far right now it's looking like the Brewjeria Brewery Company and Sanford Record Shop. So let's see what 2023 gives us, or let's see what it holds. But thank you guys again. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Peace.